All right, guys, we are live. So if you're coming in live, or even if you're here on a replay, it doesn't really matter. Gosh, I'm wearing a lot of white today on really light walls. Not a great idea on my part, was it? So if you guys are showing up, whether you're live on or on replay, give us a like so I know you showed up, and let me know where you're watching from because I want to give you guys a shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out. So I promise you guys a few things today. I'm going to talk a little bit about some business changes you guys might have seen. It's something that I just pulled the trigger on this week. So I want to make sure that you guys are understanding what it's all about and what it means for you guys, especially if you're on my newsletter list. Speaking of which, Amanda from Focus on Being, I had to give you a big old apology because here's the deal. You signed up to be on the newsletter list literally like seconds before an email campaign went out this morning about some of the things that we're going to talk about here. So you just received a shit ton of emails from me. I'm not normally like that, but I love that you're here. I hope you can watch this video too. There's a link to it inside of that email that you got, the last one. So hopefully you guys are going to make it here. But yeah, Amanda, I'm so sorry, darling. That's normally not how we do things. So let's talk about some of the things we've got going on. We've got a few business changes to deal with. I want to talk about chatbots. You guys, I am so stinking excited about this. I can't even tell you. I was telling my hairdresser today that I told her all about chatbots, and she didn't seem very interested in it, but I still talked about it. Judging from a couple of the comments and reactions that I've got from it so far, I think you guys are going to be super duper interested in it as well. So I'm kind of interested to see what comes out of it, but I want to tell you a little bit about that and why it's going to be useful in your business because I have, guys, pages of notes about this and what I want to do with it, and I want to make sure that it's going to be helpful for you guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about chatbots and what they all are and how you can use them in your business and what it's going to mean for you. And then if you guys stick around to the end, or if you wait until the replay and just skip over everything that I'm going to teach you, don't recommend doing that, but if you do it, I know, then there's going to be a way to do some free coaching with me too. I want to make sure you guys know about that. If you've been on my newsletter list, you're going to know a little bit about it, but I really want to make sure that if this is something that you guys need, if it's something that you want, that you're able to get on the phone with me while there's time available to do it. So changes in the business. You guys know I've been doing like VA / project management for I get like 9 years now. So I'm pretty excited. As you guys come in, don't forget to write me a comment because I can see people coming in, but I don't see who you actually are. So make sure you leave a comment on there as well. So you guys know I've been doing this for a long time, but I've always kind of had this love for network marketers. Way back when, 2007, when my son was born, that was kind of the first time that I ever got involved with it, and I just love it. So, I mean, if you guys know anything about me, there's kind of 3 things you really need to know. One is that I kind of love network marketing. I love the idea behind it. I love that people can get into that business in a real big hurry, but I also don't love it because the majority of people who go into that never make any money. There was a recent blog post that I did. I can't remember if it was on the blog or if it's on LinkedIn, but I'll put the link down below for it. I actually took some screenshots of somebody's representative agreement, one that I had found, and they had in the compensation plan, it talked about the amount of people and what they make and everything like that, and there was something like 98% of people, the average or the median that these people were earning in a year. Hey, Erin, how are you, darling? Was something like $28 in a year. Like you can't even go out. Well, you might be able to buy a case of beer with that, but you're certainly not going to put food on the table or buy anything, you know, pay your bills or anything like that. So yeah, it was not super super thrilling. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it, which is kind of why I've spent the last 10 years really getting to the point where I've just gotten this year. And actually in this week where I started working directly with network marketers. And, you know, I tell you guys all the time, you got to create this niche, you've got to do all of these things. But I really wasn't walking the walk. And it wasn't because I didn't really believe in what I was doing. I do, and I believe in the things that I teach. Otherwise, I just wouldn't tell you guys about them. But I just didn't have the time. You know, you guys know I'm a single mom, and I've got a lot of things going on with different things. And most of my day is filled with my project management clients, right? So there just wasn't a whole lot of time. And finally, after going through this one course, I'm kind of midway through it, I finally decided, you know what, screw this. I need to pull the trigger on it. So if you go to the website, this is all to say, if you go to the website, it's not going to look a whole lot different, but it is going to be more focused on network marketers. So if you're on my newsletter list, you already saw this earlier, about an hour ago. But I want to say it here too, in case you're wondering what that means for you people who are following me on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere else you're going to deal with. A lot of what I teach is you're still going to find value in it, whether you are in network marketing or you're a virtual assistant or you're a graphic designer, it doesn't matter. I've got people who are plumbers on my list too, really weird. But you're going to find value in it no matter what, because a lot of what I teach and what I talk about and what I share with you guys is really applicable to any business. So don't feel like, you know, it's only going to be salesy and pitchy and everything like that. It's not. It's just more directed specifically to those network marketers so that they understand what it is that they need to do online. Because that's kind of what I'm all about. So I told you guys, those are two of the things you got to know about me. The third one is that I talk really, really fast. This is like the normal talking when I'm doing videos. When I get super excited about things, it goes even faster. So make sure there's like a little V thing up there. You can click on that and you can save this post, because there's probably going to be a few things that I'm going to say that you can be like, what the hell did she just say? I apologize. I actually try to be really cognizant of slowing down my talking, and then I feel like I'm kind of talking like this. So I go back to the regular way of talking, and it sounds like I'm on speed dial. Yes, I know, it's very funny. Erin's actually on one of my clients' teams. So she gets to see me once a month, video chat, and she hears how fast I talk all the time too. So yeah, super, super duper fun. So let's get into this, guys. Oh, by the way, guys, there's also a success guide. It was when I rebranded everything and kind of pulled the trigger on this last week, I changed up the lead magnet. So if you have not got on my list in like the last 4 days, you can go over there, pop your name in there, and you'll get the new success guide. It's a network marketer success guide. Super short, super quick, couple of tips you can do right now to make a difference in your business. So head over there if you don't have that yet, or just email me. I'll send you the copy of it. Doesn't really matter. So ChatBots, that's what we're kind of here to talk about, right? So I think it was like early 2016 that Facebook started releasing all of these chatbots, right? Putting them out there and having them available for people. And I never really got involved with them. I read about them, I've seen people, you know, talking about them, but I just didn't have the time to dig in further. And I finally, like yesterday, guys, yesterday was the first day that I really dug into it, signed up for a couple of different accounts, take a look around in there, and oh my God, I'm in love with these things. So today I'm actually doing this on my webcam instead of on my camera, so I can't just switch it around and really easily show you guys. But I am going to put a link down below. There's going to be a ton of resource links as soon as I close this up for the day. And one of them is going to be the kind of fun chat box that I did. So it's just something that you guys can go through and get a feel for what chatbots are all about and how they can work. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the strategy behind them and some of the things that I'm going to do with them. But I don't think you can really kind of grasp it until you get on there and you can see what it is. So think of it as kind of like this build your own adventure storybook. Do they even have those anymore? We used to have them as kids, right? So you'd read, and then it'd give you an option. And if you picked option A, you go to page 26. If you pick option B, go over to page 78. So it's kind of like that, right? And it's very much like your marketing funnels as well. So I want to make this clear too before we go too far. It doesn't replace your email list because you don't own these people, and it doesn't replace your marketing funnel. So if you have like, you know, something set up in Active Campaign or MailChimp, it's not going to, it's not going to replace those things. So don't be not doing those kind of things. But it gives you an opportunity to engage with people in a very different way. Okay, so you can use these things to just engage with people, keep people up to date with different things. There are, if you go like some of the bigger companies, you are seeing like people who can, they're building their own, right? So they can get a lot more information in there. You can find out, you know, if you're booking a flight, you can log in and send a message to this chat bot, and it's actually going to tell you what the flight is. So that's not what we're going to do, because we're not going to pay thousands of dollars. We're going to pay zero because it's free to do. Free. So you guys are going to love this. If you're bootstrapping your business, this is going to be perfect for you guys. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with them. You can do lead generation, you can do engagement, you can do sales qualifying for different people. There's so many things you can do. You can even deliver your lead magnets through there. Okay, so if you guys don't know what a lead magnet is, there's a previous video. You can go back and check out all of that. But there's a million things you want to do on there. You can even segment your list, and that's kind of where you go down those different paths on things. So there's going to be a link below, like I said, so you guys can check those out and see exactly how it works. I think you're going to be just amazed with it. So the reason that I wanted to start doing this is I'm actually in a program right now. And if you guys are interested, I'm not going to teach what it's all about because that's just rude and gross. But basically what it is in a nutshell is it teaches a hybrid model, right? So many people on online marketing, they're telling you and showing you how you can build your business online, how to build these automations, how to do everything online, how to get all of this stuff happening. She actually teaches kind of this hybrid model of, yeah, you need all of this online stuff, but here's how you're going to work in some of the offline stuff as well. You bust your app right now, and you're not going to have to bust it quite so much later. Actually, if you want to learn more about that, y'all can go over to kellyroachcoaching.com. I think the program is called 0 to 100K System, I think it's called specifically, but she has more information there. Like I said, I'm not gonna teach the specifics of it. But anyway, the point being is that one of the reasons that I wanted to set these chatbots up is I actually want to do a little bit of sales qualifying. Okay, so rather than getting on the phone and talking to a boatload of people just to find out that they have no interest or they can't afford or they just don't see the value in what I'm doing, my little chatbot's going to help me to understand where they need to go. So there's really three little buckets that they're going to go into. Either people who just have no place in being anywhere what I do because I can't help them in the least amount. Is going to be people that, you know, are interested in what I do, but they're not ready to have a sale yet, right? So, you know, they may not have the money for it. They don't see, you know, whatever the reason is, but they're going to get value from the information. Those people are going to go onto your newsletter list. And then, you know, Kelly talks a lot about databases, right? Your database is different than your email list. Database is the people that are ready for a sale right now that you're going to work on actually selling. So, you know, this little chatbot can figure out, you know what, this is somebody that you shouldn't even try to get them onto your email list because you can't offer them anything. Or this person should be, you know, can get some value from you, but they're not ready to sell yet. So let's get them on our email list so that we can kind of figure out how we can best help them. And then the third option is, you know what, this person needs you right now. Get on the friggin' phone with them and figure out what you can do to help them, you know, achieve the goals that they want to achieve and help you achieve it because you can actually be able to make a sale. So check out that link, you know, when the video is done. Check out that link so you can go through it. It's not going to send you a whole bunch of stuff. It's literally just something that I put together so that my newsletter list and you guys here on Facebook could check it out and see how a bot actually runs, because most people are not using this. And if you're in network marketing, you're going to be like a super early adopter of it, because I guarantee that even the bigger guys are not using these things. And if they are, they're just not using it right. But the every guy, you know, everyday person that's out there, you know, pounding the pavement, trying to get, you know, their very first customer to buy their Avon product, they're definitely not using this. And you're going to have that big leg up if you start innovating and using something like this. So lots of reasons that I really love it. I'm all about automation. You guys know that. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm a single mom. My kid's 10 years old. He's always on the go. I got all kinds of things that I'm trying to do in my own world, right? Have a life of my own. I'm trying to get all my business done. Plus, I'm working for clients that take up the majority of my day. I just don't have the time to constantly be going, but it's part of what you have to do. So automation is super, super huge for me. If it can take out a step between figuring out if this person belongs anywhere in my business sphere and where they need to be, I'm all for that. Okay, all for it. But the other thing that I love about it, guys, is it's rapid, right? So if you think about this, if you signed up, other than poor Amanda from Refocus, if you signed up for my newsletter list, I can't send you like 10 emails in a day. I can't do that. You'd think I was friggin' nuts. You'd mark it as spam and you'd, you know, unsubscribe in a heartbeat. But if I was to text you, you know, 3 or 4 email or 3 or 4 messages right in a row, that's okay. That's not the same thing as receiving like 5 emails in a row, right? So you can do things rapid fire on there without offending everybody. You know, people love Facebook, and don't tell me, I don't want to hear any excuses of, you know, my business is different, my clientele is different. They're not, okay? With billions of people on Facebook every single day, and people walking around using it for friggin' everything, your people are on Facebook, okay? You just need to do a little bit of work to figure it out. So I don't want to hear excuses about it. But people love Facebook. There's a reason why they're so profitable and why people are using Facebook to build all of their businesses and to do all of this stuff. So, you don't have to take them off of a platform that they already are on and already love to use. Okay, I can send them an email, or send them an email over here, or I can send them a Facebook message over here. This, they're going to get it instantly. I can send a few different things. But the other thing that I like about it, guys, is that it's almost well, it is. It's permission based. It's no different than your email, right? They have to opt in some kind of way, clicking a link, knowing what it's going to get. You always got to wait for them to stop getting it. But it's all about, and you'll see this when you guys go through this little chat, it's like, you'll see a text and then it stops and it'll ask a question. You're basically asking them, can I give you more information about this, right? And then you're sending them down to different paths for things. So because you are asking them permission and because they're granting you permission, it's far less salesy, right? So somebody comes onto your email list, they get the thing that they signed up for, and at some point you end up sending them some kind of a sales email down the road, right? They didn't specifically ask about that. They might have signed up for something related to, if you take mine example, they sign up for something related to network marketing, but they didn't necessarily want something about my online course, but I'm going to send it to them anyway because that's part of the sequence that I've got. Whereas on Facebook Messenger, I'm specifically asking them, you know what, here's my qualifying process. I'm going to ask you a few questions so I can figure out what's a little bit more about you. Then I'm going to ask them, you know what, it sounds like this would be perfect for you. Can I tell you a little bit more about it? They either say no and it's done, or they say yes and they get more information. Well, it's not only easier for you to make a sale that way, but sales psychology, total other video, by the way, sales psychology, when they're clicking and doing things, they're more apt to continue to click and do things. When you ask for their permission to send them something and then you send them something, they're more apt to take some kind of action based on that. So no, it's really great. I'm so stinking excited about it. So here's the deal. I've asked a few people in different audiences that I've been in here on Facebook. I've asked in the newsletter list. I'm definitely going to do it for the brand soldiers because those guys are kind of separate from everybody else, and I think it's really important for them. But I'm not going to do specific training unless you guys are actually interested in it. So you can either comment here and let me know that that's something that you want to learn. This isn't going to be paid training, by the way, guys. I'm not all about that. I'm not going to learn something in 2 days and then be like, hey, I'm an expert, pay me $47 to do this. It's going to be free training. So I don't know if it's going to be a video or a PDF or a combination of things. But you can let me know here if that's something that you want to do, because I'm not going to spend my time if you guys aren't actually interested in reading it and learning about it and implementing it in your own business. If you're on you are on my Facebook page right now. If you scroll down, there's like a big old Superman graphic that was on there. That was another one that you can post on there. I was asking specifically, and if you guys are using these already, or if you know somebody that's got a really good one, feel free to leave the link in there. If nothing else, you get like a couple, 10,000 people that are going to look at your links anyway. But you can let me know there too. Or just send me an email or Facebook message or something. It doesn't really matter, but you got to let me know that you're actually interested in it, because if not, like I said, I'm just not gonna, I don't have the time to spend doing things that maybe you might be interested in. I really kind of need to know that that's what you're going to be actually interested in. So that's my deal on chatbots. I can't wait to show you guys a little bit more, and specifically how you can use it in network marketing to really figure out whether or not these people are customers or people who are truly interested in the business. And then it saves you guys. Then, because right now you guys are making those hundreds lists. You're, harassing everybody within a foot of you when you're walking down the sidewalk. You are calling on your family. You're calling on your friends. People are showing up and saying, yeah, I'm interested. You go and do a 20-minute presentation in their house or at a coffee shop, and then they're like, yeah, I didn't think it was that. No, thank you. So now you wasted all this time. Or you can set up your happy little chat bot and have them kind of do some of the qualifying to determine whether or not you need to follow up with them. So that's pretty freaking awesome, right? So I promised you guys a little free something too at the end. So here's the deal. Gosh, of all of the different network marketers that I've met, that I've talked to, that I've worked with in the last 10 years, everybody can use a little bit of this. And yeah, you guys need a little bit of coaching, a little bit of push in the right direction, because sometimes when you guys get started on the wrong foot, you just keep going with the momentum that's behind that. Y'all are excited when you first sign up with these things, and it doesn't do you any good. So what I've done is I've opened up a few power coaching sessions in my calendar. So they're not paid, they're free. They're only 15 minutes, okay? They're power coaching. So you're gonna send me a little bit of information ahead of time, a couple of your business links. I'm going to ask you a few questions when we get on the call, but the call is going to be not a group call. It's just me and you, 15 minutes on Skype. If you're local, if you're here in like Windsor, we'll meet up for coffee. I'm good with that too. So what you're going to walk away with is like a little playbook, right? So you're going to have a list of things that I think you're doing really, really well and you should keep on doing, some things that you should stop doing right away, like right away. And then you're going to have a few things that as soon as you close up with Skype, you can turn around and start doing in your business, because guys, most people are doing everything online wrong. I don't know how many times I can say that and still watch people continue to do it wrong, because I think they think that they're exception and they're kind of not. But here's the thing, if you are not creating interest in your business, then you are not going to make any sales. It's just the way it is, right? People think that they know what you're all about, so they close down. They're not having any interest in what you have to say, and then you're done. So you've got a few things that you're going to need to change so that you can figure out how to build a better business, so that you can figure out how to get more people showing up to your door instead of going down the sidewalk trying to harass them and trying to, you know, tell them about your business and your product and everything else. It's ridiculous the way that network marketing is being taught right now. And it doesn't matter, even if your upline or your managers or even your corporate office is telling you, you know, hey, we've got some online marketing skills for you. Here's some scripts that you can use. It's full of bullshit. You guys are not going to do well doing that. And you know what? I'm not going to say that, because you know, there's tons of people who use those processes and they do quite well. I know somebody that originally, she was in Avon when I first started. She still does it today. She still does all of these old school ridiculous things. She's winning vacation. She's making money, all kinds of money. So can it be done? Absolutely. But it's harder and it's longer and you piss a lot more people off and it's just not worth it. People end up quitting long before they ever make those kind of money. So, you know, when you go by, I want you to open up your compensation plan right now. Look at the small print and look at the income disclaimers. Okay, it's no different than any of the internet marketers that are out there. We all have to have income disclaimers and things like that so that people don't think that we're guaranteeing you to earn, you know, $1 million just because Joe Schmo earned $1 million in his business. Take a look at that, okay? I'm going to link that one blog post so that if you don't have it handy or you don't believe me, you can look and see. But I guarantee that the massive amount of people, the percentage, you're going to see it, massive amount, are earning like less money than you would need in a month, and they're earning that in a year. So most people are doing it wrong and they lose momentum, they lose interest because it's not working. And then, you know, multi-level marketing gets an even worse name than what it is. So it's not scripts, it's not all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to go through your business really, really quick ahead of time. We're going to hop on a Skype call and I'm going to tell you guys what you should be doing if you want more engagement and interest and leads and sales and business builders and everything else in your business. If you want to do it, this is what it's going to be. Like I said, 15-minute power coaching session. It's not going to be super duper long. It's not going to be super, you know, detailed and intense, but it's going to give you guys the start that you actually need to make a go at this so that you can start creating something for yourself on there. So there's going to be a link for how you guys can do that as well. Again, free. You can't go wrong with free, right? None of the stuff that I'm telling you guys about today is going to cost you a single stinking penny. So I'm going to close up the video for today, because I got some shit I got to do. I'm going to put some resource links for you guys down below. Make sure you check out the bot. Check it out. Nothing bad is going to happen. You can go through it as many times as you want. Doesn't really matter, but it'll give you a good idea of what you can do and kind of how it looks and how it works. There's going to be a couple of different chatbot programs that you can go to. The one that I built this one on is ChatFuel. The other one that I'm looking at is ManyChat. I'm not going to do a ton of training on all kinds of ones. I'm going to choose the one that I'm going to use in my business, and that's what I'm going to show you guys how to use and do the training based on. And then I'm also going to give you guys the link to the free coaching. So you're going to see like 2 weeks worth of appointments. I've tried to schedule as many different appointments as I can in there, guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it up. So if it's something that you think you might want to do, you might as well take advantage of it now instead of like down the road. So make sure you check out the links below. And you can get on all of those things. And let me know what you guys think about the chat bots. I think they're pretty awesome. I think you guys are going to love them just as much as I do. And then once I actually build it, you guys see how it's going to work. I think it's going to be even better. So if you guys showed up live, thank you so much. If you're here on a replay, love you too. Thanks for showing up. And if this is something you guys want more of, more live streams, more free training, Fridays work real good for me. Let me know that you want them. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what time is going to work for them. And again, if this was any help for you, if you think think there's somebody out there that could use this information, or they need a free coaching session, or they've been talking about bots or anything like that, share it away with them. Let them see it, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care, guys.